Hello my dear friends, George the Nice Smelling Gentleman is back with another video, and today I'm gonna show you two clones of one very famous men's fragrance, the Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. Since the launch of Ultra Male, it's become a very popular men's fragrance, especially amongst the younger crowd, young people, young guys. It's very good for club nights, going out on a club, going out with friends at night. It's a sweet vanilla fragrance that's quite loud. If you want to make a statement, if you want to get compliments, if you want to get noticed, then Ultra Male was a very good choice. Now, just a quick disclaimer, currently I don't have a bottle of Ultra Male. It's getting kind of hard to find these days, but I've used it before, so I'm very familiar with the way it smells. Let's start by taking a look at the first clone I'm going to show you today. It's from the house of Afnan, and it's called 9 PM. It's probably the most well-known currently clone of Ultra Male. It's been getting a lot of attention lately, like probably in the last year or so. You can see it comes in this nice looking bottle. It's quite with good quality, thick glass. It's quite heavy. The top cap is clicks nicely into place. You can hold the bottle through the cap. I will show you the sprayer, how it works. As you can see, a very good sprayer. Puts a decent amount of juice when you use it. And if we talk about the smell, now there's one main difference that I pick up in this compared to Ultra Male, and that's in the opening. Afnan have gone for apple as a note instead of pear like in Ultra Male. And that the opening, I would say, is like probably still get the same DNA. If you know the smell of Ultra Male, you'll definitely be able to pick up what this is a clone of if you didn't know beforehand. But it's not as close as some people may think or say. Now, when this fragrance enters its dry down, it starts to become more and more, closer and closer to the actual smell of Ultra Male. And I think at some point it gets about probably 95% close to the Ultra Male scent. Now this is as loud, if not louder, than Ultra Male, and some people say that as far as performance goes, this is better than Ultra Male, especially comparing it to the modern day formulations of Ultra Male. Now, I've had this for a couple of weeks. I'm still testing it. So far, I'm not quite convinced that this is like a beast performing fragrance, as some people say, but I'll give it time to to mature or macerate a little bit before giving my final verdict on the performance, and then I'll do my full review of this fragrance as well. But all in all, it's a it's very close on the dry down, slightly different on the opening, nicely projecting and loud fragrance that's like probably 30 to 40% of the price of an Ultra Male bottle. Now let's next take a look at the second option. It's a fragrance from a Spanish company that's called Nike, or I'm not too sure how exactly it's the right way to pronounce it. I'm just gonna call it Nike. It's called Nike Men. Now, as I said, this is a Spanish company that makes fragrances. They have other flankers to this, as far as I know. They have some women versions of this as well. I've never used those. The only fragrance from them that I own is this one. Let's first start by telling you that this is like dirty cheap. This costs probably less than $10, and that's for 100 milliliter size of EDT concentration. Now the bottle is like cheap feeling. The cap is really cheap. It's the bottle is not transparent, so you cannot see the juice level, which sucks in my opinion. But it feels like a fragrance that costs less than $10, to be honest. Now the actual sprayer, let's see it in action. To be honest, the sprayer is pretty good considering the price of this fragrance. I would even go as far as saying that this sprayer is slightly better than the one on the Afnan. Now the smell. This thing is the opening is quite harsh, quite chemical, like the first 30 seconds to a minute. But once it starts to settle down, this is in the opening is closer to Ultra Male as far as scent goes than the Afnan's 9 p.m. But you don't get that loudness. It also dries down quite quickly. Like in a few minutes you enter the like straight up dry down phase. There's like no middle phase, no base, like no middle notes, like no top notes. The best way that I can describe the experience of this fragrance is like they've taken the like the dry down DNA of Ultra Male and made the fragrance smell the same throughout its life. Like the dry down of Ultra Male, this is from start to finish, this is the dry down of Ultra Male. As far as the performance goes, it's actually not too bad. This one, I've had this bottle for a long time, so I can speak for performance like with quite freely, because I know how it performs. I was wearing this yesterday actually, and like 6-7 hours later after I sprayed it, I could still pick it up on my skin. The problem with this is that it's like the projection is almost non-existent. You get some projection in the first 20-30 minutes after you sprayed it, but that's it pretty much. Also, the feel of this one, the best way that I can describe it is like they've taken, like you've taken a shower using Ultra Male scented shower gel. That's what the feeling of this fragrance is after the opening 10, 20, 30 minutes. But the dry down and the smell on the dry down is actually pretty close to Ultra Male as well. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that this costs less than $10 for a 100 ml size. A few final words. If you want something that's close to Ultra Male, that's good performing with good projection, if you want to smell nice, if you want to get compliments and you're not afraid to make a statement and to be noticed, you can safely go with 9 p.m. from Afnan. Now, if you're looking for something more subtle, something that, you know, a way to smell good at home, or something safe for an office environment where you don't want to offend other people, like with too loud of a fragrance, and you want something dirty cheap that smells close to Ultra Male, you can go with Nike Man. And so that was all for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. I will also really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel for some future content. I hope that all of you stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.